Galeen girl, you may get that pardon after all. So it was your horse's third leg, not Bill's?
But one thing's for certain and two things for sure. If it was in fact a horse, oh, he's going down. Because if them people don't care about women, if them people don't care about kids, if them people don't care about black people, one thing they don't play about is them animals.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I already know that I don't have the capacity for whatever's in them files. So whatever's in them files, I trust you, I believe you. Don't bring it over here. There's only so much a heart can take.
Earlier in the year, when Donald Trump and Elon Musk were going back and forth in the most public breakup possible, Elon said 2 tweets that have resurfaced that make you go, with this new information that we found out. You're so proud of one-liners you wrote, it must be hard to talk it in your throat. Bookmark this for future. The truth will come out.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
You guys are not ready for those fights because what in the actual Baba Dome is Baba. Because now Baba is not Bill Clinton. Baba is a horse. I'm undone, I don't know. Like, they say every family has a secret, especially in the White Caucus. They have a family tradition and a family secret. And ever since I started doing this content, I've come across quite a lot of traditions and stuff that the White Caucus has done, and it keeps me shocked. And now we are looking at Baba the horse and his Baba the Trump. That's why I say you guys are not ready for this, because if he was weird, and what is this? Americans are reacting to this because I don't know, they like it. I don't know, but can we look at this already? And I'll be back. Like and share. I don't know what is this today.
Galeen girl, you may get that pardon after all. So it was your horse's third leg, not Bill's? Okay, y'all, this is getting a little bit too much for me. So Epstein's brother was like, hey, it's not Bill Clinton. It ain't that Bubba. But Galeen, you got a horse named Bubba? It's giving real beastie up in here. We need to talk to Mr. A. You know, I'm not gonna lie, y'all used to do that back then. I mean, y'all, not us, y'all. And you know what? I wouldn't put it past Wiggs or us. I wouldn't put it past him. And Putin, they say Putin has like multiple photos. Hey, Putin, I know we don't put you the long way, but hey, if you drop them photos like you dropped those photos of Melania on national TV, I promise you, we won't see it. But y'all wasn't ready for a female president. Y'all ready for it? And Tuesday is the day, y'all. Tuesday is the day that them votes come out and we get to get the files fully loaded. If I see any pictures of him in a horse, I'm about to... I just want to know who's the bottom and who's the top. I'm just asking for a friend. Oh my God, this is not on my fucking bingo card.
Giving the got 3,000 to a horse is more diabolical than giving to Bill's taxophone. So now they saying that Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba and that Bubba is not Bill Clinton. Can we get Peter on the line to see what they say about this, and was it consensual? Because I feel like a horse can't consent to the orange man. Do you have a picture of Trump on Bubba? Bubba is a horse. He was tattooing on a horse?
The horse? The horse's name is also Bubba. The horse. So is it Bill Clinton or is it the horse? Is this DL president or is this B?
Now the streets is saying that Bubba is a horse. And no, I'm not talking about Bill Clinton. Okay? A horse, if it was in fact a horse, that man is in the wrong career field. Because a horse, But one thing's for certain and two things for sure. If it was in fact a horse, oh, he's going down. Because you know, if them people don't care about women, if them people don't care about kids, if them people don't care about black people, one thing they don't play about is them animals. They do not play about them animals. I need Miss Maxwell to come to the front and tell us if it was in fact her pet horse. I need her to come to the front of the congregation now. Now, I know they're not going to let her out. Okay? And y'all need to be watching her over in that prison, because if something happens to her, yeah, we know what the vibe was. But a horse is crazy. One, because why would you do that to an animal? And two, because a horse? Okay, throw.
This whole time, Trump's wonderful little secret was Secretariat. Mossad code name Bubba. For the uninitiated in Secretariat lore, Secretariat had a Guinness World Record breaking, tremendously large, cardiovascular organ and big, beautiful, fluttering eyelashes that made him irresistible to the world's most powerful files. Some say the most seductive, fluttering eyelashes on a horse maybe ever, folks. Trump wasn't draining the swamp. He was draining the stables. Folks, Trump didn't want to have Epstein hung. President's hard of hearing. They said, would you like us to hang this Mossad source? He heard, do you like him hung like a horse? But then he had to have him hung when he learned Epstein also had a tape of Trump delivering the State of the Stallion address to Big Black Beauty. Only jockey to ever take Big Black Beauty and Secretariat across the finish line at the same time.
What a week it's been for Donald Trump in America. Here's your weekend roundup of things that I find strange with Trump. Earlier in the year, when Donald Trump and Elon Musk were going back and forth in the most public breakup possible, Elon said 2 tweets that have resurfaced that make you go, with this new information that we found out. You're so proud of one-liners you wrote, it must be hard to talk shit with your dick in your throat. Bookmark this for future. The truth will come out.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
This resurfaces a day after, according to the Epstein emails, Trump was on his knees giving some pleasure to somebody named Bubba. It was also the name of Ghislaine Maxwell's horse. So now the options for Bubba are Bill Clinton, which I'm going with as my fave. But as deplorable as these right-wing men could be and have been, bestiality wouldn't be out the window, so maybe Bubba's the horse. I don't know. I came across this post of one of Donald Trump's party where there was a singer singing a song to a music video that sounded like North Korea propaganda. Well, upon further review, this is a real song called Trump Won and You Know It by Natasha Owens. This is legitimately North Korean style dictator-esque propaganda. Because why would this be a song that the artist chose to do?
Come on, man.
The relationship between Ivanka and Trump is very strange. And over the course of the past 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of research into old clips of Donald Trump just to make a video montage of how ridiculous he's been my whole life. But the way he talks about his daughter and the jokes he makes with his daughter are not normal.
That if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop you know what? You are sick.
Your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of it. Yeah. She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say, but I can't relate that. I can't relate that.
Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall.
Like with all things, Maga doesn't care about anything that's deplorable with this man because he's ushering in a version of white America that they love. Happy Sunday.
This is just getting more insane by the minute. Now that we're finding out Bubba was not in fact Clinton, according to the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, but was Ghislaine Maxwell's horse. Yes, Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba.
Say what now?
So Jeffrey's brother, Mark, cleared Clinton and said it wasn't Bill Clinton. That's not who Bubba is. But he didn't clear Trump. He didn't say, oh no, that didn't happen. He didn't say, oh no, Trump didn't do that. He said, Bubba is not Bill Clinton. So now we're left with the mystery. If Trump blew Bubba, and Bubba ain't Bill, who or what is Bubba? And before Maga gets in my comments pretending that this is rocket science, let's review the two options that we know we have. Option 1 is Ghislaine Maxwell's literal horse, whose name is Bubba. And option 2 is that in Southern white culture, Bubba is a nickname for little boys. Either way, that's a crisis in cowboy boots. What's wild most about this is Maga's reaction. Burning merch, cutting up flags, screaming about betrayal. But not because of the child assault allegations. Not because of the creepy Bubba mystery. Not because of the corruption, the violence, the racism, the fascism, none of that. They're mad because Trump did exactly what he said he was going to do. Make America great again for the rich white men. These folks are just realizing they weren't rich enough, white enough, or man enough to make the list. They didn't make it into the VIP or the country club, and now they're upset. They were fine when it negatively affected everyone else, but now that it's touching them and not working out in their benefit or their favor, now they want to distance themselves from him. Hey girl, please, stop. These are the same people who spend every Sunday at a church pastored by a man who should not be in a pulpit, let alone a playground or a Wi-Fi connection. Hello? They never cared about protecting the children. They only cared about power and proximity to power and the ways in which they can benefit. True narcissism. See, Trump didn't create these people. He didn't make these people care about what they care about. He just shined a light on it. It was already there. They were always racist, narcissistic, child abusing, predatory, violent, homophobic, xenophobic, ableist, Islamophobic, all the things. They were always that. Trump simply co-signed their comfort in being exactly what they always have been and making it so that they didn't have to hide it anymore. And now they're scrambling to pretend that they didn't co-sign him for 8 years while he was doing all the things. Now they want to rebrand. No, we won't be forgetting, and we're not going to let you think we're going to forget. Just because you all switch from a red Make America Great Again hat to a blue America First hat does not mean that we are required to forgive you.
Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba. This is what I looked up on it. This is what I got when I searched about this. This is circulating around. I'm going to need someone to verify this immediately before I have a whole ham here. What the hell? We know that Ghislaine Maxwell bonded very well with the Queen of England over their love of equine. We also know that Donald Trump once tried to pay off $2 million worth of legal fees with a horse that he just had. I've never seen the man ride a horse, but he apparently owned a horse. So I'm kind of fucking getting sketched here. We also know that Epstein's brother came out and said, hey, the Clinton or the Bubba that is being referred to in the email isn't Clinton. Did not say that Donald Trump didn't do it, just simply stated that the Bubba in the email was not referring to Clinton. Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba. I'm going to puke. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I was having fun and now I'm not. I'm not having fun anymore. We're not having fun anymore. This is too much. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow. Maybe don't after this.
Let's be so fucking for real. What's more likely? That Jeffrey Epstein's brother is lying to us about Bill Clinton, or that Donald Trump made it with a horse named Bubba? I rest my case.
President Trump, it's KK Caroline, your favorite press secretary. Now, I know you've been held up in your room for a couple of days, but I've got some good news. So, you know how everyone is saying that you gave Bill Clinton a Hummer because his nickname is Bubba? Well, it turns out that Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba. So now people are starting to think you gave a Hummer to a horse. Now, I know what you're thinking, but don't be a naysayer, because the horse, yeah, I can spin that, okay? It's gonna be fine.
So I am aware of this particular idea that is floating around. What I will say on the matter is that I've not seen any concrete evidence or record of this personally. I'm not saying other people haven't. Certain without a doubt that Ghislaine Maxwell has horses. I'm sure one of them might have been named Bubba. I'm not a journalist. I only have access to the resources that you have access to, and I've not found any statement or article or anything about Ghislaine Maxwell and her horses where one of them is named Bubba. That's all I'm saying. We do know for a fact, though, is that both of these men are and were very depraved. That at their little parties, there would have been considerable amounts of substances going around. In their substance-addled debauchery, Trump probably could have and would have done something like this to an animal. Hypothetically. Wouldn't put it past him is what I'm saying. Personally prefer this narrative a lot more. It seems a lot more realistic to me. Bubba was one of the mainstream nicknames of Bill Clinton, and Jeffrey Epstein did like to talk in code. You know, when you're looking through these emails, he's referring to Prince Andrew as the Duke. When you look at Trump's letter to Epstein, it's all, you know, may every day hold another wonderful secret. It's all like references and encoded stuff, you know? Why I find it a bit more likely that the Bubba in question is the dark Riz Master of Arkansas himself. I'm not saying that this is impossible, I'm just saying that I've not necessarily seen any evidence or record of it myself that would allow you to make that reference. I'm not confirming that any of this is true, this is all allegations and current news that is going around. I prefer this narrative because it's far more romantic, although I wouldn't put this past him. Follow for more.
So Dirty Don blew Billy's Willie. Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba. Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba, and Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, who was the one that wrote that email, said that Bubba did not refer to Bill Clinton. He said today that Bubba did not refer to Bill Clinton, and then we found out that Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba, and given the people that we're dealing with, I would not be surprised if there was some harm done to animals as well. So, Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba, and that, listen, both are bad. Both are bad for Trump. I would go with the Bill Clinton story. I honestly would, because the other one is just 1,000 times worse. Have a good day.
I think I owe those Democratic senators an apology, because every day since they caved has been a day that I just realized that, dang, they was playing chess. They reopened the government for all this to happen. They voted in that one lady that they needed for the final vote for the Epstein files too. Then the Republicans tried to do a unanimous vote for the Epstein files, pretty much just passing it without no names being on file. But the Democrats said, no, put your names on file. Who voted yes and who voted no? So barring some extreme situation that happens, that file is going to be voted for. So we can get that within the next 2 weeks. They got the government back open. They got government workers paid. They got SNAP benefits extended through 2026. And the government's going to shut down again at the end of January, which is big because they got the Republicans to promise to vote before the end of December. So if they don't vote, they got leverage for the government shutdown. And even if the Republicans do vote and they vote against those ACA subsidies, the Democrats now have more leverage in that government shutdown to get those ACA subsidies back. Unfortunately, we are gonna have to suffer a year because we're gonna have to pay those higher insurance rates, but in the long run, we won. So I apologize. I couldn't see the bigger picture. Y'all was playing chess this whole time, but let me know what you guys think. I'll see y'all in the next one.
I gotta put a trigger warning on this. I found out who Bubba is. It's not good or what? He's named Bubba because he blows the bubble. See?
All right, so we just learned more about this whole Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Bubba dome thing because Jeffrey Epstein's brother just put out a statement about it. I just can't believe that this is American politics right now. Mark Epstein, who was emailing back and forth with Jeffrey regarding the whole Bubba thing, put out this statement. You can see the date, November 15th, 2025. He said, recently, emails from 2018 between my brother and me were made public. They were simply part of a humorous private exchange between two brothers and were never meant for public release or to be interpreted as serious remarks. For the avoidance of doubt, the reference to Bubba in this correspondence is not in any way a reference to Bill Clinton. Any attempt to conflate that reference with President Clinton or to read sweeping implications into them misrepresents both the purpose and the tone of the original correspondence. Then he continued. So, okay, Bubba is not Bill Clinton, even though that was his nickname and he was apparently referred to as such in these emails a bunch of times, but sure, whatever, it's not Bill Clinton. Then who is it? Who is Donald Trump, at least according to the email, who is it? Right? That question still remains, even if it's not Bill Clinton. I feel like that was an answer.
Bubba isn't Bill Clinton, at least according to Jeffrey Epstein's brother Mark. He's gone out of his way to make a public statement saying that Bubba is a private individual and not Bill Clinton. But I'm more interested in what he's not saying, because he's not saying that the story isn't true. He's not saying that that act didn't happen, and he's not saying that Putin and Russia don't have evidence of it. Anyone else find that purposeful?
If you're still here, thank you so much for staying around. I'm just following the trails of what in the timeline we are in today. I feel like we are in a very, very wrong timeline where Magas would be like, oh no, it's not Bill Clinton. Bubba is a horse. And then you ask them, is a horse better? My God. We are in this timeline, my dears, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, those are speculations. Now, if you were to ask me, what do I think? Of course, I think that the so-called Mark was probably pressured. Maybe they gave him a call. I mean, you're talking about the most powerful man, according to those that believe in him. Okay? Yeah. He can do anything. The good thing is he did not dismiss that Trump blew Bubba, which Bubba is probably known Bill Clinton, allegedly. But if you were to ask, what is this? I've heard stories of them people literally being, they had to pass laws in the United States of, I don't know, Babylon, I don't know, embarrassment, I don't know. They had to pass laws that you literally cannot do the do's with the animals. These people were doing that. So I'm just saying, I am just saying, because I mean, if you have to pass laws and they say each and every cockalicious family has its own family tradition that they hang on to so bad, and also considering the man is stinky rich, it makes quite a lot of sense. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, okay? But in my opinion, I think these things are getting way more crazier. I feel like I don't think you guys do have the backbones to carry what is about to unfold, except if, of course, if he goes ahead and tampers with everything, because that is a possibility too. One thing I know for sure, you can't clean everything. There will be clues. And if there's anything that is like the biggest scandal of, I don't know, in the presidency, in the US political whatever arena, I think this is it. And it began with Trump. I know that all others have their own, stains too. But these stains right here are gonna change the outlook of the US and how the world sees the US and its leaders. But I don't want you guys to be shocked, because what do you expect? Yeah, I told you they had to pass laws that you don't have to do with the animals, and there's people still do it anyway. You don't have to do with your family, and we still see and breeding in them. I'm not trying to say like, or whatever, like if you palm colored and you're watching me on here, I'm not trying to say, but all I'm saying is I'm referencing to some of the facts that some of you have also looked at, and you know that for sure it doesn't make sense. Not all of you are the same. There are those that, I don't know, whatever they carry in them is totally different. That sometimes even when some of you that look like them look at those things, you're like, they don't need to be here. Yeah. But Maga, it wasn't Bill Clinton. It was a horse. You make us question you. Anywho, a lot of Americans are like, you know what? These people don't play about their animals, so they're going to force these files to come out, and I don't know. I don't know if I will be here for it. But at the same time, what can I do? I am, sometimes I regret knowing some of the things that I know now. Because what the hell? What the hell do you Americans have to always deal with like this? You literally have to. This is mental torture. This is psychological torture right now. Hey, these people are not torturing only the victims. They are torturing the kids too, because guess what? These people are literally in defense of 15-year-olds. Like, you guys are being violated day and night. And you know what hurts the most is the fact that the person that does the violence and all of that, nothing is being done. I don't know, yo. Because I stopped understanding on the intrusive thoughts of Baba is a horse. And knowing that back in the day, laws had to be passed that these people don't do things. I'm just saying, these are all allegedly, okay? These are all allegedly. It's not proven yet. But whoever Baba is, Elon Musk already made speculations that the mouth was full and all of that. It looks like these rich people be knowing each other's secrets. Like, yeah, and putting Americans want those pictures. They say they don't F with you like that, but this time, just like you did it with his wife and you released those, that you should go ahead and, they will highly appreciate it. Will you highly appreciate it? Those of you that are watching me here, I'm stuck in between laughing and disgust. Like, I don't know if I'm disgusted or this is funny, because put those thoughts in the comment section, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll continue bringing you more other topics. I promise you. I don't want to keep bringing this, but sometimes the wild is wilding. See you guys later. I love you. I want you to keep safe, and may God watch over you and protect you. And oh my God, may God expose. Yeah, if there's anything that is beyond any human power, may the Lord intervene. So that his kids, his children, get a bit of justice.